let's see if we can see it here. So we are in the cockpit here, and we are good here, and also super. Go live. Cool. Thanks for joining. I need to change my appearance. So yeah, thanks for joining. Today we will talk about how you can use SAP Integration, what the impact is, and obviously also SAP Sapphire and what's going on in it, and especially on the integration topics. I hope you're going. It's going to be fun. There's a lot of sessions around integration, so that's going to be quite interesting. So yes, let me know in the comments if you're going. It will be so much fun. Okay, so I have some slides and I need to get to the right screen. So the things that I wanted to cover today was this agenda about what is it that you should expect. And I guess some of you, this may be the first time you're going here. Others has been here for 200 times and know everything that's going on. If you have that, have some tips and tricks, just let me know and let the rest of us know what's going on and what you are expecting from this. So that's good here, also here on the YouTube. Yes, tips and tricks, the parties, and then some of the interesting sessions that I've found in the session catalog. Okay. First off, there's obviously the virtual Sapphire. It is also an interesting event. If you're not going to Orlando or Madrid, this is a good way to catch up about figure out what's going on in this. It's free to sign up. I think there is a couple of keynotes you can see there, probably the ones from Orlando, and then there is 2 sessions about Integration Suite, which obviously makes sense to go through and understand what is going on and what's the impact of these things. So good to catch up and understand. If you're going to Orlando, let's catch up, and if you're interested in integration, it's always so one of the things that I find most interesting with these events is to actually talk with real integration developers. What is it going on? What is it that you see of in your area of expertise, and how can you work with? So if you find me, let's catch up. Write me a message either here, and so we can schedule something, or let's just meet at the event, which is pretty difficult given the size of this. This is really a large convention center with a lot of different places in. Cool. Okay, what to expect? So obviously, I think the main thing that we would expect from this event is there is going to be AI everywhere, and I think you'll probably be lucky if you find someone that is saying they're not doing anything with AI or something else in that area. So I think we would obviously see that in all the different areas that's going on. One of the things that the SAP have done in a lot of the previous is that they have positioned a lot of these integration patterns, flows, about how if you're running S4, a public cloud, or whatever you're using, that they have somehow positioned these are all the data that flow through all the different processes that you have. Here's who is maintaining, this is the master data, this is the origin of these things. And I would expect that they would have some more of these roadmap guidelines, whatever they call it. They're always interesting to see, and they've put a lot of effort into ensuring these works. There's obviously going to be the keynotes. The interesting part is whether or not, or where integration is going to sit at that level. What are they going to talk about? Are there going to be any new features announced on the integration suite? New projects plans? About what is really the interesting parts here. And then there's the new business data cloud that is also quite interesting to hear how this is going to pan out. So obviously I believe that this is obviously more into the data driven, which is more analytics, big data than integration suite, but we need somehow to figure out where is this, what is the overlap, when is it that we recommend one versus the other one. So that is my, if you have something you expect from Sapphire, please also put them in, because I think it's good to get some different insights on what's going on. Show floor. There is going to be a lot of booths, at least when we see the list of sponsors. It's going to be quite a large audience, which is going to be nice. And yeah, you can get a lot of ideas about how you can improve your integrations, what's going on. Many of these would have sessions. Take the ones that is interesting or you find interesting, not because they are offering you something you can win for attending it, or snack or whatever it is that you're going to get from this. Previously, you had been given a lot of merchandise, etc. I think last year I didn't find anyone that was giving out merchandise, and I don't know if they have a new policy that no merchandise, whatever, but it's quite interesting that you don't see any of these merchandise things that you used to get. Some of the best tips and tricks, if you have some, just put them into the chat. I'd love to hear your ideas for this. But obviously it is about connecting. You can always get some insights about some of the technical stuff. We'll cover some of the interesting sessions later. But it is to connect with real people that have the same problems as you going out here. The most important, this is about connecting with other people. Reach out if you know that someone is coming or something you're interested in talk. Get to talk with the people that like the same topics as you. And then, if you're going to it, post on LinkedIn. I probably would not do that if I were sitting at a SAP customer, because then you most likely get a ton of spam notification about, hey, we want to sell you all these different kind of stuff because you're going there. So maybe be cautious from a marketing perspective. I can see, hey, I want to search for all the people, but maybe privacy and stuff like that is also an important factor here. Normally it is some pretty long days, so have some good shoes, maybe a backpack if you are carrying a lot of stuff around. It is also a large difference in the temperature. It's really cold inside and hot outside, so have adjustable clothes on. And then, food. Sometimes there's breakfast in the morning, sometimes it is just a bagel or a small snack that you can get, and along the day you would find different cakes, stuff like that. It is not a healthy diet, so if you have specific requirements, probably a good idea to check out what they are and bring your own stuff. There is usually a pretty good mobile app that gives you a lot of insight about upcoming events, locations, people to meet, so get that one and connect with the people. Add your calendar, and then you get all the notification about when you should meet specific places. And I think sometimes they would also update the agenda based on current or news, and then you will see some new sessions that pops up because they are announcing something new. So that will always be interesting to see. Cool. One of the other big attractions is the parties. There is a lot of them, and a lot of the major sponsors are hosting these things. So obviously, if you're a customer, you would probably be invited out to eat with some account executive for one of your consulting companies, SAP or something like that, on some of the days. There's also these large parties at some of the different places around the coast or around the area. either you go there or drive or whatever. Um, I think usually it's Tuesday you would find most of the parties. You can search online for it. A lot of the sponsors have them that you can just search for. Sometimes you would need to go to the booth to sign up for it. And don't wait until the last minute. These parties usually fill up, and I have seen a couple of places where it's full and you cannot get in, even if you have I don't know. Even if you have registered, you cannot get in. Maybe if you are a VIP customer for the place and you have the correct connections with one of the hosts, you may be able to get in or get on top of the line. But yeah, you need to bring your badge in most of these parties. They will get scanned also. So now some of the sessions that I found most interesting. I've searched for Integration Suite, and obviously there is, I guess, two types of scenarios. There's the one where it's the ASOC, the American user groups, that is sharing some of their insight, and they usually have some pretty good sessions like this one, where they get some customer to explain what they are up to, what it is that they can achieve using Integration Suite. And I think this would be an interesting way to start out, see what how Under Armour is working with their integrations. There's also is that on the same time? So I don't know. Somehow these ended up at the same time, which is kind of strange. Here, I guess this is on a little higher level about what Integration Suite can do. Would also be an interesting one to see. And then maybe you're lucky that they're in the same area. Maybe you're not. I don't think there was location data on these. But I generally think that the customer sessions, if they're are the most interesting ones. There's also an interesting session. I should probably have put in the host of these things. That would have been a little easier to see what these are. And yeah, here's something about some of the different adapters SAP is adding to the platform, making it easier to build integrations. And obviously, from an abstract, it's difficult to know what are the level of understanding and capabilities you would see here, because a 20-minute session, you will not get too much insight if they need to use 5 minutes on their setup, their landscape and ideas and company. But yeah, this is also a bit about event mesh, what it is and how it can work. Both, I guess, advanced event mesh. It's definitely one of the principles to understand how do you actually work with these things. And then there's one more about AI boost and innovation. I don't know. Somehow I have a little of a challenge understanding all of these AI, when it is really going to be the things that would help us. But obviously, there is a lot of these things that we need to understand. What's the best things that we should be using here? This is definitely one that I would be attending. How to migrate. I think that is one of the key areas, and also the one that we invest a lot in, so that's definitely one I wanted to check out. Reliable messaging, and edge integration cell, how this works at a customer, how they're actually able to achieve this is really interesting, and run these scenarios, so definitely want to check out for also. Here's a McDonald's that have connected a lot of third-party apps, and I think we do see a lot of these things about SAP Integration Suite is not for only SAP integrations. Here it's 30 non-SAP applications, so it definitely makes sense to understand, okay, how do you win those arguments about what's possible with this? And here are some HR-driven ability to use the different integration suite, API management, event-driven architecture, etc. Future-proof your integration investment with AI. Will be interesting to see what is going on with these things. What are the new AI capabilities that's going to be added to integration suite? So obviously they will showcase some of the later ones, but there is definitely going to be a few, or hopefully a few more that's like, okay, this will help us with improving the way we are delivering integration. There's Konas. Yeah, I guess you you need to go through a lot of these things, and then you just find that it's about how they actually could use the integration suite to simplify and improving governance and have a better integration platform. There's also a Merck story, and it's really interesting that there's so many things, like 5-6 customers coming and telling about how to use integration suite. Here it's Edge Integration Cell, Integration Suite, Event Mesh, all of those leveraged together and improving the way they've worked out. And let's see, there seems to be quite a lot of sessions, which is really nice. Yeah. The integration lifecycle, how the landscape evolves, what's going on in this, obviously is also going to be an interesting. I really looking forward to the govern strategy, etc. on this topic. And then there is one from Red Hat here about how you can run Edge Integration Cell on their hardware. I think it's always interesting to get an understanding of these. It's a little more complicated to run Edge Integration Cell locally. What are the requirements? What is it that it takes for you to manage this in a seamless way? If I'm not, that should be the last one. So that was what I wanted to cover in this session. I think the main one is probably just to focus on some of the tips and tricks. Is there something that you have seen that makes sense, makes it interesting for you, that we should be talking about, something that that you have done on previous Sapphire conferences that made your life easier and gave you a good experience on this topic. So I'm just hanging out a little longer. So if you have questions, comments, put them into the chat. If you're going there to Sapphire Orlando, please reach out and let's talk and figure out what's going on here. But yeah, it is. I hope you have enjoyed the session. It's a little short. Try to go through a lot of these sessions, but I wanted somehow to give you the idea that there is a lot of integration content, which is real nice. There's a lot of sessions from customers, which is really nice. And then it will be interesting to see the impact of these things. And I'll just need to check if there's any comments going in here. No. Cool. Or not cool. But yeah, cool. Thanks for attending. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, comments, please add them to the chat. I'll try to follow up afterwards and share these ideas. So thanks for attending. I hope you have a continued good day, and see you in Orlando. Bye. So